Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Prismata. We will jump into the queue and match against the system. I played several games against the system. I've won most of them. I think I lost one, but I don't remember for sure. Base plus 5, 45 seconds with several, like, big, impactful units. It seems like Apollo is just too much for red-green, and Apollo has reasonable support in Omega Splitter. I don't think you can really, like, rush down the Apollo. So, I guess that's what we're doing, is going triple blue, right? Like, is there some way that Ice Blades are good against that? I don't think they're so great. They have a multiple of 3 attacks, so 2 Omegas takes them down. Like, someone who's going crazy for Sinestro rushes might actually breach an Apollo player before you can build the Apollo. But it's sort of okay to get breached if you're building an Apollo against a Sinestro player, is my opinion. Yeah, I think Apollo's good here. Do you get a conduit? I don't really remember what, like, a player 2 triple blue line looks like. Like, if you don't, you float this $4 for a long time. What if you get a 4th NG? I don't think the game is necessarily that slow. But what if it is? I think just like triple drone. That leaves you with 17 drones and 4 bucks. You can like triple blast forge double drone after that. I guess it's fine. Opponent wants green. I'm not sure what the point of this forge was exactly. I was kind of imagining just floating $9 basically. But like, hey, this Steel Splitter's gonna do some work. I think he's fine. Opponent's not gonna absorb for quite a while. This is gonna get at least 2 damage in pretty early on. Well, actually, I might hold mine. I should. Yeah. Oh man, they're gonna snipe it. Well, might as well click it then. See ya. Now what? NGs? Conduit? Conduit NG? Force fields are okay. Gauss cannons are okay. I have enough drones that it'll be kind of nice to have. Yeah, I think I want a conduit. I didn't want one earlier because it was going to get in the way of triple forge, and it sucks that I had to go that many turns not accumulating green to get this as quickly as I did. Maybe I didn't have to, but then I would have gotten fewer drones. I don't know. Wouldn't have gotten this splitter, which, in fairness, like, kind of sucked. Interesting. They're gonna take out my forge. I sort of thought they'd kill the splitter and then attack with an Omega. Because, like, I'm not that likely to actually click my Omega, and you would get in 3 free damage, right? Now I just have a free hold of both of these guys, and I might as well snipe this. You know, no problem there. mean, you know, building more splitters isn't great, but it's sort of okay. Opponent's gonna have a similar problem next turn. But they got 2 Omegas after all, which is kind of nice for them. I could build a second forge to guarantee, or a 4th forge, but I really don't want 4 blue. Like, Omega is not that much better than triple splitter that I'm gonna do that. Really? I mean, I can snipe your conduit if I want. Isn't that kind of good? Like, you can only buy so many Gauss cannons, right? If you're gonna try to avoid building anything snipeable by Apollo, I don't know. That seems kind of hard to do. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. If you're gonna, like, allow my splitters to actually, well, they're not really doing anything, but you're basically just sniping walls this way. I don't think I need to buy NGs. I can get a drone. I'm like, oh no, you'll be sniping splitters, but pretty soon I will be too. Unless you want to build 2 more forges, which I don't think you do. I guess I should have held the splitters. They weren't doing any damage, and I could conceivably sack one, unlikely as that seems. I could have built a 3rd forge, actually, since opponent seems to be quite interested in sniping them, instead of this Gauss cannon or something. Right, the way things are going, apparently opponent is going to snipe this, and like, that's fine with me. It's better than them sniping splitters that I'm spending 6 on. I can just spend 5 on this. I guess these guys actually do some damage now. Gauss cannon? Or just NGs? I think Gauss cannon's okay. I'm likely to have quite a bit of defense left. Alright, they want 4 blue. I will allow you to have 4 blue. I really want this Omega Splitter. Hold drone? I guess. Yeah. I could have held a splitter, but I'd rather lose a drone, like a dollar, than an attack. Pretty sure we killed the wall here. And like, I don't know, it must be pretty tough to defend with only blue, huh? Look at those wall supplies! That's unreal! How did that happen? They've been sniping my splitters and I've been sniping their walls. That's how, I guess. I have some free splitter holds this turn, which is great, because my splitters are extending my wall supply if I do that. What else would you do? What? That's madness. No, you always snipe a splitter. A splitter is like a wall that can attack you. I mean, unless you could get a breach by sniping the wall, then fine, but... So we're playing base plus splitter plus omega, huh? Sorry, those are the same thing. Base plus omega splitter plus Apollo. Okay. I don't know. I don't think you can really just build a bunch of Gauss cannons in that kind of a set. It costs you too much tempo compared to like getting good things. Here, they're keeping 4 health alive, so I can hold 2 of these for free. Yeah. Drone MG is pretty outrageously greedy, but I think it's fine. I just added an Omega Splitter on turn 15, right? Opponent's out of walls and has no green. They're doing this. I guess that's fine. Yeah. I do have a breach. Should I take it? Yeah. Definitely. And they've finally done it. They're snipe proof. Nothing I can snipe anymore. But at what cost? So I do think that the problem... I always forget that Apollo can and should sometimes snipe tech. I think opponent did well to snipe my forge, and I probably would have forgotten to do it if they hadn't done it. Well, no, I guess not, right? Like, if they build an Omega, what am I going to snipe except a forge? I'll figure it out. It feels really odd to, like, float 4, float 4, float 2, and then a little while later finally buy a conduit. Like, couldn't I have squeezed in the conduit? I guess that's something to look at. No. Conduit, there we go. Like, say I do this. I can, but I end with fewer drones, right? I have way more drones than this in the game. So here, I can get a splitter and triple forge on turn 5, but I have 17 drones, 2 green, and $1. That's a lot of numbers to remember. Turn 5, I get these things. I have 17, 1, and 2. Okay. Now, in real life, on turn 5, I had 18, 2 and 0. So I'm up a drone. I'm up $1. I'm down a conduit and 2 green. How's that trade looking? Seems like this line was better, right? Like, it's gonna be a while before I can spend the green, and meanwhile the drones are actually doing something. Like, it's not like I want to get Apollo Gauss Cannon, do I? I don't think so. I don't know, I mean, I guess I could. I'd have 18. No, Apollo Gauss Cannon is 19, so I can't do that. If I could, it would be kind of cool, because, like, it's killing an NG when you buy it, but... Yeah, I think this was better, to delay the conduit for so much longer. It doesn't actually let me get my blue stuff any faster, but it lets me get more drones on the way. Specifically the drone on my Apollo turn, and then it would be one more drone on this turn. Like, I would have to be, I think, cutting a drone here. Yeah, definitely. And also cutting a drone out here, if I wanted that conduit so early. And I don't think it was like that much of an emergency to get some green. So I think the line worked out well. And I do think that the main reason that I won this game was because the opponent was too focused on trying not to let Apollo get value, but that's just not something you can do here. Apollo's just good, and you have to live with it. The only way you could do it would be by committing to 4 Blast Forges, so that, like, you can get an Omega even if they do snipe your Forge. But then they don't snipe Forge, and you have 4 Blast Forges, and what are you going to do with the 4th one but build walls or splitters, right? And those are vulnerable to Apollo anyway. So I think you're just sort of stuck, and the sooner you admit it, the better. I don't know. Should I have held this splitter? It clearly worked out better to click it. But I still feel like opponent should have clicked their Omega in this line. Right? Like, it kills 3 engineers, and... I guess if you click the Omega, you do have to build some defense or hold the drone, because I otherwise threaten to breach the Apollo by sniping NG and clicking these. So that's not much good. But you could like click Omega, build force field. I think that would be okay. Or even just hold drone, because I might snipe the force field otherwise. And like probably the force field's not actually going to be used, right? I'm just going to click my splitter, hold the Omega, kill an NG. Yeah, so I feel like this would have been a better turn. You get 3 engineer kills, and in exchange I get probably 1 engineer kill, because am I really clicking this Omega? Really? Am I doing that? It's pretty tough. But you held the drone to save the Apollo. That worked. It's just hard to believe that I could do that. And so I think you basically get 3 engineers for 1 engineer this way. I didn't hold the splitter because I imagined opponent would snipe it with Apollo, but sniping Forge was actually pretty fine. Possibly great. And I think they should have punished me for clicking splitter and finding this forged snipe line by clicking their Omega and just daring me to breach. Like, I get 2 drones, who cares? I'm having a lot of trouble defending. Like, I'd have to do this, and even that is not good enough. I don't think I can do it. Okay. What else? I was up on drones for most of the game, perhaps all. I was maybe droning a bit too long. But it's a with Apollo, games go very long. And so if you can drone, like, you'll probably get value out of it. And they finally got mad here and built 2 forges, which I think was a mistake. Their green plan was actually going kind of okay, maybe. But, like, they could just replace the conduit, maybe? Like, you know, say we take this and make it conduit. And, like, 1 is probably fine, right? You just do this. Keep sniping splitters, it seems good. Or like, maybe you would snipe a forge, I don't know. Wait, did I forget to have them snipe anything on when I was doing their turn? No, I didn't. Okay. Now I suddenly have like triple forge though. So maybe they should be doing this? It just seems like they're kind of stuck, not doing anything now. I don't know how that happened. I guess I got too much defensive tempo from them sniping my forges too often. Maybe? And I had this conduit that they didn't snipe. But I think they were right not to. They should snipe the splitter. Huh. Like, I guess I kind of won because of wall supply? I was using my splitters as walls? Kind of? And opponent wasn't really doing that. That's, yeah, again, goes back to them, like, refusing to buy a single steel splitter. This was another way that cost them, is it meant they ran out of wall supply because that was the only big defender they had to build. Interesting. Okay, well, kind of a short episode today, but at least we completed a ticket, so there's that. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time.